More than 3 months after deciding to leave the EU, Britain is still mulling over the consequences of its historic vote. And with the debate still raging, some are even getting muddled up with the whole Brexit terminology.
And conference, mark my words, we will make Brexit a success.
Meanwhile, the country's former leader, David Cameron, has been named responsible for a rise in xenophobia in Britain. That's despite the fact that he campaigned against leaving the bloc and has praised the benefits of immigration. Polly Boyka reports.
Ever since Britain voted to leave the European Union back in June, there's been a sharp rise in the number of racist and xenophobic incidents taking place across the country.
Many in Britain and outside the country are beginning to equate the term Brexit with hate crimes.
Huge rise in cases of racist abuse.
Increase in racist attacks on Eastern Europeans.
According to a new report by the European Council's human rights watchdog, one big problem is the way politicians have been talking about immigration. In fact, the report on hate crimes specifically mentions the former Prime Minister David Cameron for referring to migrants trying to get to Britain as swarms.
You've got a swarm of people coming across the Mediterranean, seeking a better life, wanting to come to Britain.
I want to know who Londoners think is to blame for the recent rise in hate crimes in Britain. Least responsible out of the next people that I'm about to list.
Okay.
Nigel Farage, Boris Johnson, David Cameron, and the media.
David Cameron. Yeah, I'd say, pains me to say it, but David Cameron.
David Cameron, probably. His intentions were quite open and fair, and I don't believe it went the way that he wanted it to go.
Probably out of those choices, it has to be David Cameron. Least culpable. The most culpable, I would say, is Cameron.
Really?
For being hated so much that he says don't do something, they're all going to do it.
You have won the pop quiz. You are the only person that's won it today. This was David Cameron speaking about the rise in hate crimes following the Brexit vote in June.
We will not stand for hate crime or these kinds of attacks. They must be stamped out.
Little did he know that just 3 months later, he himself would be considered partly responsible for stoking increased xenophobia in his country. Polly Boyka, RT, London.
It is RT International live from Moscow. Russia is launching massive emergency drills involving 40 million people nationwide. Just what is Russia preparing for? Maybe crosstalk can shed some light next on this channel.